Chief guest has arrived. A big round of applause for him, please. Dr. Natarajan sir, I request you to escort Shri Modi ji in the dais, please. And I also request all the dignitaries on the dais. Dr. Gyan Prakash, Dr. Santosh Bide, Dr. Annaga Herur, Dr. Kerobi, Dr. Vardhaman, and Dr. Sulabha ma'am has not come. Can we have the bouquet, please? Please give it to Dr. Natarajan. He'll hand it over to Shri Modi ji. We'll start this session with a small prayer.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदां जाड्यान्धकारापहा हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्
I request all the dignitaries to please proceed with the lighting of the lamp. Yeah, yes, please. Yes, yes. Can we have that candle, please, on the I request Dr. Santosh Bide, President MOS, to give a welcome address, please. Wherever you're comfortable.
So, respected dignitaries on the dais, um, Professor Natarajan sir, Gyan Prakash, Karubi madam, Modi sir, Anaga, respected dignitaries of the dais, teachers, senior colleagues and friends, good afternoon. On behalf of Team MOS, I welcome you all for the first international conference of Global Eye Genetics Consortium in Mumbai. As we all know, that this first international conference was planned in April 2020 in Washington. But with destiny, because of COVID-19 and because of hard work and efforts of Padma Shri Natarajan, we are fortunate to have the international conference under aegis of Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society. Genetic testing the genetic testing and counseling is in its infancy in this part of the world. And it is mainly because of lack of testing facilities, high cost for testing facilities, and number of geneticists and genetic counselors are very less. Even medical genetics is not included in our curriculum during MBBS. I am sure with the scientific program meticulously designed by Dr. Karobi, the conference will enable us to disseminate knowledge about various tests and their applications in different rare genetic disorders to practicing ophthalmologists in next 2 days. Understanding the basis of genetics and applying it to clinical practice is a difficult task and is often neglected in our busy practice. I am sure this conference will open a new window and help practicing ophthalmologists to broaden their views while managing various ocular disorders. We are fortunate to have many eminent national as well as international clinical geneticists, genetic counselor, and genetic scientists as a faculty for this conference. Sharing of knowledge by such eminent faculty members with their vast experience in the field will definitely enrich all of us practicing ophthalmologists in incorporating genetic testing and counseling in our practice. I am sure this will be a great learning experience for all of us and will give newer dimensions to managing various ocular conditions. I wish and hope that there will be more active participation by all of us practicing ophthalmologists in genetic testing and counseling in future. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you for this very first international conference of Global Eye Genetics Consortium in Mumbai. Thank you. Microphone on.
Hello. Thank you, sir. I request Shruti to please give flowers to all the dignitaries on the dais, please. Yeah, yeah. Shruti, Samruddhi, Charishma, and other two girls, I don't know the names. Suprabha, whoever is there, that side. I request Padma Shri Professor Dr. S. Natarajan to talk about GEGC and Adityajyot Professor N.S. Sundaram Genetic Clinic.
Full screen. Can I have thank you at the outset, respected Sri Raghunathan ji, Dr. my friend Jan Prakash, then Santosh Bide, Anaga Herur, and Kerubi Lahiri, and my Adityajyot Hospital and Kamala Sundaram Foundation. So thanks for coming here, and thanks for the first international conference, a hybrid meeting. I know many of you are there. Sorry for the 15 minutes delay. We have Dr. Takeshi Iwata, President, Dr. Gyan Prakash, International Chairman, International Faculty for this conference, and also the first President of GEGC and now our patron, Dr. Paul Bird, Vice President of Global Eye Genetics Consortium from Australia, Dr. Calvin Pang, Chairman Scientific Committee from Hong Kong, China, and myself as the Secretary General. So we have Dr. Santosh Bide, Honorary President, Anaga Herur, Honorary Secretary, Dr. Vivek Matavar, Honorary Treasurer, and Vardhaman Kankaria, unfortunately, developed fever, so he couldn't come, Chairman Scientific Committee, and we have Dr. Kerry Lourie as our Chief Coordinator. And we have about the general, we just mentioned about the GEGC. We have started the Professor Dr. Adityajyot, Professor Dr. N.S. Sundaram Genetic Eye Clinic in my late father's name in 2017. And this welcome to the first international conference of Global Eye Genetics Consortium, which will focus on awareness of genetic eye disease, genetic testing, and genetic therapy. And we are having experts from US, Japan, India, China, Australia, Brazil, South Africa, Turkey, and many other countries. So this is Adityajyot, Professor Dr. N.S. Sundaram Genetic Eye Clinic, inaugurated in January 2017. January 19th was my late father's birthday. He was born on 19 January 1927, and he also started the first genetic eye clinic in Government Eye Hospital in Egmore, which is the second eye hospital in the world and first in Asia. And also myself, my father, Dr. Ratna Savabadi, Professor Kumar Manikwel, made a presentation on clinical genetic analysis of genetic diseases in Government Eye Hospital and presented the APAO, which was published in 1985. That's how I met Professor Arthur Lim. And this is Dr. Lahane giving a talk to the press on about the clinic. Professor Kumar Manikwel is there, Siddhita is there. And thanks to the motivation of Kumar and Dr. Gyan Prakash, we started a genetic lab. We have collaboration with under the Kamala Sundaram Foundation, earlier known as Adityajyot Foundation, in along with the National Institute of Sense Organs in Japan. And we now shifted the lab to National Facility for Biotechnology in Khalsa College and under Dr. Pratiksha, which was inaugurated by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And we also have Adityajyot Research Vision in Ophthalmology. Our aim is to understand the disease mechanism and their prevalence through epidemiological studies and to discover therapeutics. And genetic factors play a role in many kinds of eye disease, including those diseases that are leading cause of blindness among infants, children, and adults. With our ophthalmic clinical expertise, we can translate research to better therapies for human eye condition, and that's why we are all assembled. So I've taken this as a challenge. We are already a part of BIRAC grant. We have 10.5 crore from Government of India, thanks to our Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology, again headed by our Prime Minister, and we got 10.5 crore. 1.65 crore to Adityajyot Eye Hospital as a private-public partnership, and rest to the Bihar Medical College, the Patna Medical College, Trivandrum Medical College, the Amrita Institute in Cochin, and Shankardev Nethralaya in Assam, and Chitrakoot, Sadguru Nethralaya. So all of us are doing on retinal diseases, and that's for the diabetic retinopathy, central retinal vein occlusion, and other retinal diseases. So I decided adityajyot will be the apex institute for inherited retinal degeneration. We'll have 5 satellite centers, and I have requested Kerala as one center. And if Dr. Anaga is interested, because I want only from Bombay, we'll have another 10.5 crore from Government of India. And special thanks to my AJH family, which is very close to my heart. And that's why I can hug them also and also scold them. So I hope they will pardon me. Thanks to my Kamala Sundaram Foundation also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Gyan Prakash to say something about vision research.
Thank you very much, Shubha. Let me start by, first of all, thanking our audience. And our audience on the screen, on the Zoom, as well as our audience here. So this has been just an amazing experience. Every time I come to India, it just the amount of activity that goes on here is just mind-boggling. So I'm going to start, first of all, thanking and convey my best regards to Sri Raghu Modi ji with my utmost respect as not only as our elder, but somebody who has provided the vision to all of us, and under his blessings and vision, that's how we will prosper. So following our Indian tradition, I present and I bow to him for his and constantly being there for us to and providing his blessings. Now, let me turn to Professor Dr. Natarajan, Padma Shri Dr. Natarajan, who has been a driving force, a vision, who has brought the first International Congress of Global Eye Genetics Consortium to Mumbai. As most of you know that we were going to do it in Washington, D.C., in Bethesda, Maryland, at the National Institute of Health, at National Eye Institute in April-May timeframe in 2020, but the whole world shut down at that time because of pandemic. So, but it was destined to be here in Mumbai. So essentially the credit was destined to go to Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society, to Dr. Santoshi, Dr. Anaga, and Dr. Kirobi here. So clearly these people deserve and our best wishes and thanks from the entire world community. So I want to thank the Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society, the Kamala Sundaram Foundation, and of course, not the least, that in what adityajyot team has done. As Dr. Natarajan says, they can work together, they can cry together, and they can laugh together. And I saw that in action, actually. Day before yesterday, I was with them. Yesterday also I was with them, and we did a team building exercise, and this team has really performed really well. So thank you so much, and for inviting me, inviting us, having the National Eye Institute, NIH and Government of United States. This is my official presentation and official participation working with you, and clearly I see a great future for India. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Kirobi ma'am to talk about the scientific program, please.
Respected Mr. Raghu Modi, Mr. John Prakash, Dr. Natarajan, Santosh, and Anaga, who are colleagues. I wish to express my gratitude to Dr. Natarajan for bestowing this responsibility on me, and I have tried to do my best. But it is all with the cooperation of his team, which has worked very actively behind the scenes, and they have been working day and night to make this scientific session possible. We have a plethora of speakers, panelists, chairpersons who are all very knowledgeable and brimming with knowledge. And we have about 20 international speakers, about 30 odd national faculty, and we have about 33 people from the city of Mumbai. So these are people who have been doing active genetics, or they have been sort of investigating things for genetics, or they have been doing clinical work in genetics, who are referring their patients to certain labs, etc., for the necessary investigations to get a better know-how. They say that the eye does not see what the mind doesn't know. But I would like to say that it is the mind knows, the eye also sees, but there is a lethargy because of the cost many a times involved in these genetic investigations. And some conditions you feel are absolutely, you just investigate, you have an answer, but you don't have a solution. So that is the point where we are going to learn today. There are certain places where genetics plays a major role because there are therapies which help people, and this whole plethora of our knowledgeable speakers is going to tell us all about this. So with these small words, I thank the team again from Adityajyot for helping me in this process. And thank you everybody for being here.
Hello. Thank you, ma'am. I request Dr. Annaga Heru to talk about MOS, please.
And dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, Mr. Gyan Prakash sir, Mr. Modi ji, Natarajan sir, Dr. Santosh, Dr. Karobi ma'am, and all the esteemed panelists, speakers, and audience. We at Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society believe that education in the form of webinars and scientific sessions like these play a very important role in educating all our ophthalmologists throughout the state. Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society is the largest state society in India, and we are proud of it. And it's not just the numbers, but it's also the quality of work that we do that puts us on the map of our country. And it's with great pride, at the same time with great humility, that we want to make this scientific session of today emanating and disseminating to all our members, not only in Mumbai, not only in Maharashtra, but all over the country and abroad. And that is why we have tried to make it a hybrid kind of scientific session. So Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society will always be backing such great scientific webinars. And as well as we are also very active in social awareness activities. For example, now this has been the month of November, where diabetes also has been on the focus, and we are doing great work in all the districts of Maharashtra on increasing awareness about diabetic retinopathy. So similarly, such genetic problems which are not very much looked at in our day-to-day practice need a focused activity like this, and we are proud to be associated with their association for this consortium. So thank you so much everyone for being here, and looking forward to a great scientific session in the next 2 days. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you, ma'am. I request Padma Shri Professor Dr. S. Natarajan to give a brief about Kamala Sundaram Foundation, please.
Our two trustees, Mr. Vaidyanathan and Mr. Sulabha, are supposed to come some on toward, they couldn't come, and we have so earlier it was known as Adityajyot Foundation for Twinkling Little Eyes. The name was given by Dr. Abdul Kalam, who was my great friend as a president when he came to Mumbai in 2005. And there's an NGO established in 2005 for eradication of blind disease and for providing access to quality eye care. So you can see Dr. Abdul Kalam, whenever he came to Mumbai, he visited me. And whether it's official, unofficial, either I meet him or I go to Rajbhavan or to airport or anywhere he's in Mumbai, I was with him. So it's a not-for-profit, and Dr. Abdul Kalam lives with us because in his name I have an award. We have a program called Pearl Project. Pearl stands for Pediatric Eye Ailments and Traumatic Lesions. So we have myself as managing trustee, Dr. Uday Salanke, director of V-School as a trustee, Dr. Anil Kulkarni, a senior ophthalmologist and past president of Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society from Meerut as a trustee, Mr. Vaidyanathan, who worked with the Arvind Hospital in 80s as a trustee, and Mrs. Sulabha Karnanidhi, the PhD in special as a trustee. And we have completed 17 years, and we met Governor Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari on first meeting itself. He became my friend, and he helps me to make Maharashtra blind free. We promised, I promised actually, that by 2025, and it's like Vision 2020 program. When it was made in 1980, everybody, they said Vision 20 is, everybody by 2020 should have Vision 2020 in right eye and 2020 in left eye. That means normal vision. Did it happen? No, but so many programs happen. That's why we do cataract surgery rate more than 6 times more than China. We have the same population. We are the leaders in ophthalmology in the world, except the research we are, but we are catching up with the rest of the world. And this is with our managing trust. We can see Shubha and the entire team. I have every time the credit given to me is actually to my team. So I make sure whether it's the president or the governor, they have to meet my staff. And that was great of Dr. Abdul Kalam. And Chaitra is not here. She's Narayan Netralaya. You should convey. She met Dr. Kalam when he was there. Dr. Dharmeshkar was a fellow. And he had a one-to-one. You can see here, same honors governor gave to us. You can see in that small photograph, he made all of us sit in single chair and met every staff of they're all community health workers who are screened 200,000 houses in the Mumbai slums. And this is again published in Lokmat. And then we have a team working during the pandemic. Everybody I think everybody was worried. They said 60 plus means you are having comorbidity as age, and they told me not to go. But I went. I went with the PPE. It was terrible, but I went there, and as a Roti Bank, I am a trustee of Roti Bank along with Shivan, and then we gave 37,000 people free meals during COVID, and almost 10,000 in the Dharavi. And thanks to the Mumbai police for that. So our vision and mission to provide quality eye care to all those in need through a system based on community participation and commitment. Till 2015, we didn't charge anything, and now we are charging only 50 rupees, and in the van, it's totally free. You can see the man sitting on the last. Now, entire thing I'm banking on Joseph, who's the chief general manager. So we have CREAM project, adityajyot, diabetic retinopathy, urban Mumbai study, the AJ drums, where Dr. Sunita Mohan worked with us, and now Dr. Asta Jain, Pearls, and Stop Blindness is which I started as a president of All India Ophthalmic Society. And so we also now made a submission to Department of Biotechnology, and I hope to get a few crores to do the research on diabetic retinopathy. And this is nothing to, I hope we will compete with the rest of the world, because it's a bilateral agreement between United States of America and our government, government of India. And we hope to get that. And we have to compete. And it goes to the general competition in National Eye Institute and National Institute of Health. So we have this in our clinic, which is there, and we have this in the Bombay Municipal Corporation. We have a MOU with the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai, and thanks to my friend who is the commissioner, Mr. Chal, and we are continuing this. And this is 2021 data. And then these are the camps. We have completed, I think, 4,999 camps in Mumbai from 2005. So we are also into genetic research, biobanking. We started, but we have a -80, -60 thing. And we also had an MOU with UPenn which has the best reading center. But unfortunately, post-COVID, I have not followed up, and I called it Indian Ophthalmic Image Reading Center. I hope the students and the faculty from Visit College are here, and also Khalsa College. I like to work with youngsters, so we have BTech, we have MSc, BSc, all. We have a non-ophthalmologist working with it, and that's what is the RO is all about. And we also into epidemiological studies, and we have contributed a lot to the research. And even though it's a minuscule compared to Dr. Sundaresan, who's sitting here, who has produced 25 PhDs, maybe more. And I think he's a pioneer in genetics in India. Thanks to him and Dr. Kumar Manikwel, because of that, we had the we have adityajyot, and Kamala Sundram Foundation is doing a lot of research. We have signed MOU with Japan, signed with UPenn, with Santon USA. We did the first project on the instrument for checking vision, and Indo-Australian collaboration for keratoconus. We work with the SERA, that is the Center for Eye Research in Australia, with which is an optometrist. So I have optometrists and BSc here who can take over the entire research and teach the clinician scientists like us and the clinicians who are taking part, so that we can lead the world. And even though many trials are going on, I hope where Kamala is my mother's name, and Sundaram is my father's name, and my name is Sundaram Natarajan, which also has. So that's how I made, thanks to Mr. Raghumodi. He gave me the seed money, and that's I can never forget. He just told me, keep it, and I have started the Sundaram Natarajan Blind Free India. My dream is to make India blind free and remove the word blind from the dictionary before I die. Thank you.
Hello. I request MOS members Dr. Vardhaman Kankaria and Dr. Santosh Bide to talk about research. Yeah, about research. Dr. Vardhaman Kankaria has not come. So, sir, you can do the. You can speak from there itself. Yeah.
As you all know that Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society is one of the largest association of ophthalmologists in India. And clinically, we are the leaders, pioneers in ophthalmology in India, as well as some of the famous ophthalmologists like Professor Natarajan and all others are world famous, world renowned surgeons. Theme for this year actually is update to upgrade. So let's update our knowledge to upgrade our practices. And I think this conference itself is updating the knowledge in genetics to upgrade our practices. And I think genetic counseling, genetic testing, and gene therapy is the future of ophthalmology. In another, maybe a decade or two, we will be seeing many gene therapies for many rare ophthalmic conditions, which we as a clinician have seen, and we feel frustrated sometimes. We feel really bad how to treat such patients, how to help these patients. But if all the practicing ophthalmologists come together and contribute for this cause, I'm sure one day we will definitely succeed. On the same basis, in fact, Dr. Sundaresan has given a very good idea of creating an ophthalmic registry, and maybe I'll talk to my team, and then maybe that particular thing we can implement in Maharashtra, because we do have a Ocular Trauma Society of India, and we have created a trauma registry. I am also a member of that. So we can do similar registry for other ophthalmic disorders, at least for Maharashtra, and maybe we can suggest at all India level, and we may do a good research for that. Another important aspect which we have done recently is regarding firecracker injuries. We are already just post Diwali, and we know that there are many firecrackers, and usually kids. So we have taken a survey, and we have found that a significant number of kids have got this firecracker injury, and now we will do more research on that and how to prevent that, and we may suggest measures to prevent those things. So as an association, we can definitely contribute in research in ophthalmology, and we are open to suggestions from everybody, all the practicing ophthalmologists as well as the scientists. Thanks a lot for the opportunity given for narrating the research in
Thank you,
Maharashtra
sir.
Ophthalmological Society.
I request Dr. Natarajan sir to give an introduction about our chief guest, Shri Raghunandan Modi.
Can you have one mic like this for sir later? Huh? Can you have this mic there? Like this, stand? Okay. Can you have the full slide? No, slide full. Can you have the slides on the screen? So here you see a handsome man. That is Mr. Raghunandan Modi, chairman of the Rasoi Group and the takeover and turnaround man. And I think I love to spend time with him. And he actually is a man and his CV is amazing, but I think more than the CV, that's why I made this presentation. I don't know whether when I spoke to Arpita, she said, we don't have PPT. I told my person, you have to create a PPT. So here is Mr. Raghu Modi. And I think he really, presently the company is manufacturing. It's not moving. The slide is not moving. Thank you. So when I met Mr. Raghu Modi, I think first time, and I'm happy. Even today, I think I have received a president, I have received governors, and I think I was like more than that today, because already 4 people came to me and said, who's this Natarajan? They came and asked. I said, who are you? He said, we are from Raghu Modi's office. I'm very impressed with him. And I think a meticulous man. You go there, he will give a notebook, pencil, because I will take notes. But he will, and he'll ask me, what are the minutes? And then he'll also ask me to follow up. So even though I'm a president of so many international organizations, I became another student in front of him. So presently the company is manufacturing baby care products and packaging material at its Banganagar factory in West Bengal. The company also deals in metals. And he's a former board member and advisors of West Coast Paper Mill, All Bank Finance Limited, Hindustan, HDFC, then RP Modi Group Company, Tin Plate Company, Upper Ganges Sugar and Industries, ONGC, Dehradun, and Ministry of Petroleum Government of Undertaking. And he's the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Mauritius in Kolkata since June 1998. And member Automotive Skill Development Council, Ministry of Heavy Industry, Government of India, member International Chamber of Commerce, G20 Advisory Board Paris, chairman Task Force ICC CEO Forum Paris. And actually he brought the chief of Unilever from and he introduced me. And I think that time so happened Mr. John also was in, Dr. John was in town, and it was in the 35th floor. And he is a part of the Rice Fund. And he is now resigned, and I have another, he's the president of another important organization. I mean, meeting a president of Unilever, is the CEO of of Unilever is not a thing, and he's along with our Mr. Anand Mahindra in the Rice Fund. And Rice Fund, they fund an impact project of only minimum $20 million. And there's another fund called MacArthur Fund, where I applied, and I think when I wrote $90 million, it says only above, you're not eligible because you're applying below $100 million. So it's not easy to write a project for just like that. You write $100 million and you'll get it. So I'm learning from Mr. Raghu Modi. And I also, when I spent time, I learned a lot about him. He's a member, Sri Amarnath Ji Shrine Board, Vice Chairman, National Kidney Foundation of India, Founding Trustee, Manoj Modi Foundation, Trustee, JLM Employees Trust, Member, Dignity Foundation, India. And he's also Office of the Eminence, formerly held in Advisor, Prime Minister's Council on Trade and Industry, President, International Chamber of Commerce, India. So he was the president of International Chamber of Commerce too, who was the president of Unilever, Sheriff of Kolkata, president Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry, president Bharat Chamber of Commerce, President Indian Vanaspati Manufacturers Association, President Lion Club, President Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, founding chairman the Indo-Italian Chamber of Commerce, President Automotive Component, President Oil Technology, President Asbestos Information, Chairman Indian Section Indo-Hungarian Joint Project, and a master list of FMC. FMCG is a fast-moving consumer goods with the top companies of India, leading industrialists with several decades of extensive and varied experience in setting up and operating businesses in different types of industrial and FMCG products. One thing common with him is whenever you go to his house, he has his mother and his father's photograph, and he's a great golfer, which is not there in the CV. He has probably had several meetings with the Tiger in golf, and he's got beautiful golf small pictures in his house, and a great sports and music enthusiastic. His heart is also very much in philanthropic activities through his various foundations. And JLM is licensee partner and exclusive manufacturer, distributor, and marketer for the brand in India. And the chairman, JL Morrison. The JL Morrison is an FMCG company based in Mumbai. The company has 3 lines of products: baby care, Morrison's baby teams, and I use this Bigen, and toothpaste for sensitive teeth, and Hemoform R. It's all about some smart mothering, safe, stylish utility baby care products from Morrison's baby teams. I worked with a great meticulous surgeon, that is Dr. Badrinath. And the next man I see meticulous is Mr. Ragumodi, because he's very particular how to keep a paper, how to write. Even just now I saw he's made some notes. I tried reading it. I didn't understand because he writes in secret codes. And this is the Morrison's Baby Dreams toothpaste, your baby's first toothpaste. And the company formerly partnered with Bisdorf for manufacture and marketing for Nivea products. He is very famous in Germany till the brand decided to go on its own for Indian operations. So the Nivea, he was a man, and I think they had introduced Nivea to in India, and I think every household knew Nivea. And when he came, I mean, what an honor to he really trusted me and gave his eyes. And Bigen is a hair color brand. I don't have any thing harm to say that I use it, owned by Hoyo company from Japan, and Hindustan Composite, formerly known as Hindustan Ferrado, an association of Rolls-Royce UK, and setting high standards in quality and technology through collaboration and in-house research and development since last 50 years. Ambassador Award for Distinguished Service from US Embassy, June 97. Cavalier officially Omri by Government of Italy for promoting friendship between India and Italy, and Golden Peacock Award from Institute of Directors for contribution toward corporate governance, and then he received the title of Global Eye India Legend in 2004, certificate of commendation by the Japanese government for promotion of economic ties between India and Japan. I think he has lots, and probably with all this type, he can probably motivate them to contribute to research in India. And thank you so much, sir, for blessing us with your presence. One more thing I want to say, he actually lost his son, who was 29 years old. I don't know what was his age that time. And he was about to take over the company, and it was an accident. He brought up his grandson, who's Varun Modi. He's now actually the active chairman who's running all the companies what Mr. Raghu Modi created. And Mr. Raghu Modi said he came from a small family from Calcutta, and then from there he reached this level, and all by sheer hard work. And I don't call it hard work because hard work for his people who don't like to work, and people like me and him who love the work. We work with love and passions. So there's no question of hard work. We love the work, and work is only the joy. And he even now, I mean, he said he's 85. May his tribe live hundreds of years, and like the Siddhas of this country, which has produced, who live in Himalayas. And we want Mr. Raghu Modi to live long and support, because I think I see only him. Through him, I want to reach our Prime Minister and the current President of India to say my mission that India should be devoid of blindness, which is, I think, only he can do it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I request our chief guest, Shri Raghunandan Modi ji, to give us a small address, please.
Yes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all the day's distinguished guests. You've heard so much about this institution and about me, but for God's sake, please do not trust Dr. Natarajan what he says. His mother told me when you are young that my son will tell all the rubbish in his life. Don't listen to him. However, thank you, Dr. Natarajan, for all those kind words. Thank you for the invite. I think my secretary had made a beautiful 8-page speech. Took her 48 hours. She is MA from Cambridge University, but I'm not going to read it out to you. I'll tell you something from the heart, and so will be less time than normally reading this. I'm on 27 organizations as the chairman in India. A doctor said, I'm a young man of 85. I've just gone through a transplant kidney. Please forgive me for not standing and making the speech. I told him it will look odd, but he insisted that I come. I think you people in the eye business, the most vital organ of the human system. Please do not mind, I think much less has been done in 75 years than is being done now. India is a booming market. I have a hospital of my own near Jaipur. We have a cataract session, 200 per day, we give free, but we are unable to cope up with the crowd because the demand for cataract due to aging and other reasons is far more. My humble appeal to you is, if you ever need anything in Rajasthan, where I belong to, or in Bengal, please do not hesitate to contact me. Secondly, corporate India business is booming. In 75 years, we have never made so much profit. We businessmen by nature cry and crib all the time, complaining that we don't make money. We don't believe all that. Now a new breed of capitalists have come in the world, in India, and a new breed of philanthropists. You never heard the name Adani, Ambani, Nader, and the first 10 of India are today 4 of them in the global Forbes magazine. You need to pick up money because of the corporate CSR that we are allowed to now give 2% of our money. But I hope Dr. Natarajan does not take it. I must tell you, in 25 years, I have not received one appeal letter from any eye association in India. You have to do marketing because the demand for cardiology, nephrology, and other diseases, cancer, is on top of the list. You will lose your race for money, and without money, technology cannot survive. Research and technology means 2 things, patience and money. Patience you have, but money you don't. And there's so much money lying on the streets of India today with the business community. All you need is to make an aggressive trend to get this money, which unfortunately you're not doing. I live in Calcutta. At one time, it was the best place in India medically. Today, nobody talks about Calcutta. They all come to Bombay for the least treatment. To Dr. Natarajan, as I mentioned, I have just got involved deeply, and I got 20 crores the first day from an institute in Bombay, in Narel, near Panwal. We opened a dementia center where people above 75 have lost their memory. We have a colleague from Bombay who, after 5 years, has gone to New York to meet his son. He had lost his wife, but he went alone to New York. When he reached New York, his son had come with flowers to receive his father. But I must tell you, this is the truth. The father could not recognize his son, although his father was all right before he left India. Can you imagine a father going to New York, taking a 24-hour flight and not able to recognize? There are some people in Bombay who have given me 5 crores each. You may have heard the name of Naren, and there's somebody else you know about globally who's very famous at the moment. He has promised us huge money after seeing our center. Just by writing letters, you'll get nothing. Dr. Natarajan and I went to see the President of India. He did not know one word about IT, nothing. He's a very educated man, Pranab Mukherjee. He was blank. You have to move in a democracy and move your paper so to get the money. Nobody knows about you in the Ministry of Health in Calcutta or Delhi. I have a gentleman from Delhi here. I can't see him here. Rawat. Rawat, who is handling our philanthropy in Delhi. If you have any work in Delhi to get permission from the government, money from the government, the European Commission is giving third developing countries money. Nobody has ever approached them from the eye. We approached them from the Kidney Association and got 10 crores as grant for India. I'm not trying to find a fault with you. I'm trying to tell you that if you want to get money for research, you need to contact the people who have the money and the heart. Only money and only no heart is no good. As a gesture of my great friendship with Dr. Natarajan, I went for my retina to Austria, Vienna. And when I sent my card, the doctor there, who knows him, asked him, who is your doctor in India? I told him, Dr. Natarajan. He said, oh, you belong to the land where Dr. Nuts is working? I didn't understand. The Americans say nuts. I didn't understand what he meant. He said, no, Natarajan, he's fantastic. He's my guru. The doctor in Vienna told me. I came to Calcutta, Bombay, got the surgery done, but I didn't trust this man. I went to Singapore and I met a Chinese doctor, eye doctor, and I told him, please confirm that my operation is okay. He said, no, Dr. Natarajan did your operation? I said, yes. I will not check. I don't need to check. If this is the kind of goodwill we have globally amongst our technology, research, commitment, I think you need too much more. And I do think, doctor, please don't mind, get a small finance committee who push everybody. You people are too busy. When I go to your clinic, there are 20 people waiting outside, 10 wanting free and 10 ready to pay you your price, which unfortunately is very high compared to India. He cheated me for it, but I can't help it. You are a great organization, very badly marketing yourself. You are the most important organ of the human system. Every fourth child born on the planet, I understand, is blind. And I don't think anybody doing anything about it. We have taken it for granted. With 130 crore population rising at 2 or 3%, I think you need to do much more. Corporate India is at your disposal. If you need any appointment with Hindustan Lever, Nestle, Coca-Cola, all the big companies, you know how to contact. I'm based in myself in Zurich, in Basel, which is a pharma company. All the leading pharma companies of the world are based in Basel. Novartis, somebody made the name. Anything you need from Basel or from Delhi, you have to do your own homework, send out many letters, and follow up an appointment, which I will be very happy to make for you because all these chairmen are personal friends of mine. Doctor, as there's an old saying in Hindi, which I will repeat since most of you are here. Although I know there are online many people, but I'll translate it into English. Since this foundation is known after Kamala Foundation, the mother of Dr. Natarajan, I must compliment her parents, his grandparents, who thought of Kamala even before the BJP came with Kamal, 100 years ago to think of Kamala. And therefore we must do justice to Sithiya. And the only way we can do justice is, I must tell you, I go to a lot of doctors. I have my own hospital. I have my clinic. I have my nephrology-free dialysis center. I am more or less a nephrologist myself. I wonder why all the women who are so pretty are in the eye business. All these girls, when I see them and I go to meet them, the most beautiful girls are in the eye business. I think they made a mistake. They should go to Bollywood and not this. There's more money there, madam, than here. Sir, as a token of my visit and as a token of my relationship with Dr. Natarajan, and because I've been an eye patient seriously, Dr. Natarajan knows what I was operated on, I don't know. But I want to give the ball rolling and give a small little check of 5 lakhs to the Kamala Foundation from my foundation as a gift, which please kindly accept.
Can I ask Joseph to come and receive it? Joseph is the Chief General Manager. Joseph is the manager. And actually, anyhow, thank you, sir. And he's here. So I think anybody else from the foundation? Anyhow, adityajyot is also foundation. Joseph, sir wants to know after 5 he has put some 7 zeros. Okay. Collect the check. You have to collect. Come. So Joseph is the Chief General Manager. Sir told a lot of names to write down for notes.
But don't give me the check.
Thank you so much, sir. And actually, sir's hospital is near Jaipur, and we are also volunteer. And Dr. Rajiv Sharma's father was here, GP Sharma, as a manager when I was here in 1988. And Dr. Rajiv Sharma's grandfather was running a place called Ketri. And Swami Vivekananda visited there. So there is the king of Ketri that time. I think I hosted Swami Vivekananda and also gave some fund for him to travel to Chicago. So I'm expecting from K3 also some only a few $1 million, sir, from K3.
I'm not listening.
Thank you very much, sir. Really. Yes, sir. Yes. Oh, yes.
About the mother.
Yes.
The poetry goes, it's sort of a bhajan. It gives ranking of who's most important 3 people in our life. The first line says, Jis janani ne जन्म दिया उसका कल्याण हो. First important thing in life is the mother who gave birth to us. After that comes give me a minute. This wait a minute, I just forgot.
You can tell the full. Then
Okay. The second one is the guru. I got it. The guru who gave you faith in human system and in religion. The third one is जिस पिता ने अपने को बड़ा किया उस पिता का कल्याण हो. So if you go down, the most important in our life is the mother. Number two is the guru who gave us faith in this humanity and God. The third is the father who looked after us and brought us up in life. So you will see from this bhajan, which was made in 16th century by Swami Jagdishan, Janani was number one. And since you have done very correctly, Dr. Natarajan, to do justice to your mother, they'll be very happy up there in the heavens. All of us congratulate you for being in this thing. I hope more people come together. And I hope when I ever see you later, you will have done justice to get more involvement of corporate India. Thank you very much.
thank you very much, sir. Actually, every day I start my day by saluting Mata, Pita. That's what I brought them here. Guru, that's what Dr. Badrinath for me. And Mitra is Shivanandan for me. So Guru, Mata, Pita, Guru, Mitra, Deva. So Deva is there in my pocket.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you, Modi sir.
Shubha,
Yeah.
already sir is well versed with the minute-to-minute program.
Yes.
He's asking where is the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Yeah. And the first person to thank is Shri Modi sir. He's taken his precious time traveling, coming here, and spending time with us. This you have done out of love, and I really cannot thank you enough. And a big round of applause for him. And for putting together this beautiful session. Now is the time to show gratitude. I'll list out names of the person who are involved, who are behind the screen, who have taken a lot of effort to put together this scientific program. Samir, first I'll say Dr. Natarajan, because it is his concept. He has visualized and he has brought this into reality. This first GEGC International Conference in Mumbai. And I'll list out the name of the team: Samir, Charishma, Shruti, Samruddhi, Joseph sir, Meena, Benjamin, Sahil, Suprabha, Nilesh, Bhaskar, and all the interns. Shifa, I don't know a couple of interns' name. I'm saying whoever I know. Shifa, Siddhika, Avinash, Angel, and Afros and Dr. Jaideep sir for coordinating Dr. Natarajan sir's beautiful presentations. And thank you all so much. Without you all, it wouldn't have been possible. And Dr. John for coming all the way for only this session. Then all the MOS dignitaries, and not but the least, Dr. Kerobi ma'am, who has guided us all along, because we are all noise in this, putting together all this scientific session. She has guided us patiently, everyone repeating every task. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank Shubha, Benjamin, for acting like a father and mother to all the staff. I believe after I give my whatever sermon, people go to her. So thank you, Benjamin, and thank you, Shubha. And Prashant also is there, and also the sponsors. And
I also thank all the sponsors who have been generous in sponsoring us. And if at all I have left out any one of the names, please don't mistaken me, because it's not recollecting
Kirit
me
Modi.
now. Sahil.
Dr. Kirit
all these
Modi.
people. Yeah.
Sir, we have to meet Raghu Modi, sir. One Modi has to meet another Modi. Then Modi into Modi will become Narendra Modi. And we have Dr. Rumi Jahangir, the senior most, who was my mentor when I came and joined Bombay Hospital. Mr. Dr. Kirit Modi. And thank everybody. Thanks Shubha especially. Can you clap our hands for all of us? Yeah, Dr. Kirit Modi, sir. He is the senior most. He is matching your age. And Dr. Jahangir, please come. And can all of you come for a quick group photograph? Can sir, you be here, sir? Can we have a quick group photograph? Shubha, all them can come here. So our staff can sit down here, and some can stand like this, no? Like a. You can sit down. Yeah, all of you can sit down, and some can stand on the side. Yeah, please, all of you can come. The Kerobis team, Bombay Hospital team, and even the sponsor entered and MedGenome, whoever are there, and all can come. Whoever is sitting there, please come. Join us, no, from Narayan Netralaya. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming and being all of you, Bhaskar. No, we are finished. We are going for lunch. And we are assembling back at 1:45. So please finish lunch and come back. Yeah? Kapil, you have to join. Kapil, then only we'll have Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Please come. Kapil. Yeah. And Mr. From Delhi also. Quickly. Vani. Photo Vani, Vanga. Nilesh. Nilesh kidhar hai? Okay. Can you take photographs? Can you take somebody's mobile? Hey, Sahil, give your mobile. Vani, odi vanga. Mayur, can you take Aishwarya, what's the name? Manjrekar. Can you take one camera and take? Masurkar is no, not that one. Audio. Yes, thank you. We have to thank Bombay Ophthalmological Association and Maharashtra Ophthalmological Association for allowing me to start my career here and do the meeting here. Okay. Thank you all. 3 cheers to GGC. Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. And thank Raghunandan ji and everybody. Thank you, sir. Wonderful. Thank you. I'm starting the thing so that whatever 12:15 we couldn't talk. So we have taken thanks to Allergan for supporting this. And I don't have any financial interest, but the Allergan has supported the talk for this, which is surgery for gene therapy. So the gene therapy, the evolution and growth of gene therapy has turned into an encouraging option for the treatment of inherited retinal degeneration. And the common inherited retinal dystrophies, diffuse photoreceptor dystrophies like retinitis pigmentosa, Leber's congenital amaurosis, cone dystrophies, macular dystrophies like Stargardt's dystrophy, Whittley-Palm dystrophy, familial drusen, pattern dystrophy. Gene therapy goals: identification of new target genes, development of viral vectors that permit delivery of large gene payloads, initiate strategies to treat conditions that have polygenic basis, to develop programs that not only rescue patients with existing conditions, but the therapies that delay, prevent, or permanently cure disease. And a few approaches are prevent disease by inserting a gene into patient cell instead of using drugs or surgery. Kerobi, I think they are going online. Replacing a mutated gene that causes diseases with a healthy copy of the gene, inactivating or knocking out a mutated gene that is functioning improperly, introducing a new gene into the body to help fight a disease. So viral vectors for gene transfer, we have the natural virus. You remove the genes for viral replication, insert therapeutic gene, virus carrying the therapeutic gene and infect and deliver therapeutic gene to target cells. And I think where virus is, you can think it as a negative, but I think we can use this for positive also. And the most common methods to deliver viral vectors to the cell is intravitreal injection, targeting retinal ganglion cells and Muller glial cells, but unfortunately do not work well. The best is subretinal injection, but you need a vitreoretinal surgeon to do the vitreoretinal surgery and go to the subretinal space and subretinal injection targeting photoreceptor and retinal pigment epithelial cells. There was a publication in Nature that any of the surgery can have inflammation and we need to treat the inflammation too. Access from the suprachoroidal space, that means go in the transscleral into the suprachoroidal space and also inject the vector. And AVV as a vector for gene therapy, advantages, minimal immune responses, capability to mediate long-term transgene expression in a variety of retinal cells. AAV serotype 2 initially used and 8. And the new variant have increased efficiency of gene transfer process. Generally, subretinal AAV is more efficient than the intravitreal route because the subretinal route may be subject to a greater degree of immune privilege compared to the intravitreal route. And active clinical gene replacement trials are targeting Stargardt disease, Usher syndrome, retinitis pigmentosa. The one which is approved by FDA is Luxturna. I have a separate talk on that. And X-linked retinoschisis, thanks to the former director of NEI, Dr. Paul Seeming, who worked on it. Now he's moved to UC Davis, and I spoke to him in the American Academy, and I told him we should get that to India too. And choroideremia, achromatopsia, and Leber congenital amaurosis, LCA2. And these trails is either adeno-associated virus, that's called AAV, or lentivirus as viral vectors. As of 2019, UK patients with retinal degeneration due to mutation in RP65 can be treated with a form of gene therapy called Luxturna under the National Health Service. The reason the National Health Service is supporting is actually it costs $800,000 for an eye, which is about 8 crore. And clinical trial in animal models and humans have been successful in various types of inherited retinal degeneration. You can see Luxturna altering the retinal pigment epithelial layer. So vitreous surgery for gene therapy, gene or cell therapy protocols that deliver viral vectors into the subretinal space typically involve a vitrectomy, followed by the introduction of the therapeutic agent into the subretinal space via the smallest possible entry site through the retina. And that's why my friend, Dr. Fanny, who's actually working on using the robotic surgery for injecting, because sometimes the cells comes into the vitreous cavity again through the retinotomy. Surgical access to the subretinal space via pars plana vitrectomy involves a brief outpatient, often sutureless procedure. This usually requires the placement of 3 ports with a 25 gauge, and subretinal injection is performed using a 25 gauge cannula with a 38 gauge or a 41 gauge tip. A blunt or a sharp tip can be used. वॉल्यूम है समीर वॉल्यूम है
hereditary blindness, there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. 2 experimental trials have shown that gene therapy could one day cure a rare form of blindness that affects about 2,000 Americans. The research teams tested the treatment on a total of 6 patients. Here you can see how they performed the eye surgery. Repair genes were injected into the eye of this young visually impaired patient. The eye was infused with air, then reinfused with fluid near the end of the surgery. To measure the patient's performance before and after the treatment, he was guided through an obstacle course. Here you can see how he navigated through the maze prior to the surgery. He bumped into obstacles 6 times and was disoriented twice. It took him 77 seconds to finish the course. 6 months after the treatment, the patient showed a dramatic improvement. He was able to make his way through the maze in 14 seconds without bumping into anything or getting disoriented. He was one of 4 patients that showed an improvement. The treatment also proved to be safe, which has not been the case with previous gene therapy trials.
So post-surgery, post-subretinal injection of vector patients may develop intraocular inflammation, for which routine topical antibiotics and steroids can be prescribed. In some patients with persistent and severe intraocular inflammation, intraocular steroids such as Ozurdex can be considered to control the inflammation adequately. Any surgery can have inflammation, and here particularly vitreoretinal surgery for subretinal gene therapy can have. And as I said, the Ozurdex implant can be inserted into the eye. And thanks to the support for Elegant for the scientific sessions of this conference. So I thank Dr. Jaydeep, Afros, and Samir for making this presentation. Thank you very much.